Once we arrived in Ghazni, we didn't immediately start doing missions. We had to go through a little bit of training with a unit that was there previously. Another artillery unit out of Georgia. Very friendly bunch of guys, great bunch of guys. We were going to do what's called left seat, right seat. We would go out, our team chief would ride with them and their crew, see how they do things, come back, train us. We would go out with their team chief and he would train us. So you just kind of share missions for a little while. Everybody kind of falls in on each other and you learn what the other group does. One of the first ones I went on was to a place called Karabakh. I was on the 50 cal, I was a gunner. We get up, we set up, we have Overwatch set up. And one of the guys tells me, we receive fire from over in this area. He points it out. I scan it out, say, okay, cool. And he tells me about some of the past missions we've had there. And like I said, fire they've received from their small arms fire and mortar fire. So keep an eye out on this area. So I did. The mission starts, it was a medical clinic assessment. I'm sitting there scanning, looking around, and there's a walking trail going back and forth. One or two civilians are walking around. This is kind of early in the morning, 8:39ish. And one guy stops in the middle of the walking trail and just stops. And I get my binoculars out. I put my weapon over to where, just in case something happens. I start scanning with my binoculars and he squats down. Uh-oh, he's starting to watch us. He's starting to check us out. And about that time, there was a clump of trees about 200 meters from him. The birds just jumped up out of the trees and started flying around. Usually that means someone's in that area. I started to get a little worried. So I got my binoculars and I looked really, really hard. And it looked like he dropped something on this walking trail. About that time I realized, as I was looking down, looking at this guy, that he was pooping on the walking trail. This was a key indicator this was going to be a crappy deployment. We finished our training with a group out of Georgia. The guy's room that I took was a former Marine as well. And once we kind of identified each other, through, crayon eating comparison, he walked into my room, handed me an ammo can full of grenades, another ammo can full of extra ammo. This was going to be maybe a crappy deployment, but we're well armed. Speaking of which, this is what we carried.
That is secret. It's all about secret, and it's all about you. Little sister Jane, and always playing the game. The boys know your name. Little sister Jane, oh yeah.
The senior enlisted for PRT Ghazni in 2010 was Senior Chief Anthony A. Fratty. Had served in SEAL Teams 1, 3, 5, and 7. You may have heard of SEAL Team 3. They were the guys that the movie American Sniper was about. Senior Chief Fratty was part of that team on Task Force Bruisers. He started in the 80s in the Navy, went through BUDS, and spent about 25 years as a Navy SEAL before retiring. He is the most dangerous man on the planet, in my opinion. I learned so much from this man. Heard stories. He used to smoke and drink coffee with me pretty much on a daily basis in Afghanistan and at Camp Atterbury. When I read the book American Sniper, it was like deja vu moments. I knew I'd heard these stories before. And when I finally figured it out, it was amazing that one of the guys that was there, from another point of view, I got to hear all those stories I was reading about. Senior Chief is a great individual. He is just, I can't say enough good things. He's the action hero, everything rolled into one. He has several bronze stars with V devices, a silver star. He is known throughout the SEAL community and the Special Forces community. He is just a total badass. He's been around, he taught us a lot, and he had a few comments about us. If you ever get a chance to check out the Jocko podcast, episode 191, BTF Tony. BTF stands for Big Tough Frogman. Check it out. When he talks about parts in Afghanistan with us, it was one of the proudest moments in my life because he knew I was a detention officer or prison guard. I'm going to include an excerpt from the Jocko podcast, 191, BTF Tony.
I had a couple of guys, like these old crusty guys who were in the South Carolina National Guard. Some guys were in the Rangers. They were awesome, man. They were all like cops, or sheriffs, or
dude, they must have loved you.
Oh yeah, or prison guards, and National Guard cats. They were friggin' awesome. Once we got through the language barrier, because I'm from New England, they're all from South Carolina. They were badass, man. They were like a platoon. That was just my platoon, and they were friggin' great, man.
At the heart of any Provincial Reconstruction Team, or PRT, is a Civil Affairs Unit. Just a small group of people, subject matter experts in government. They go out, we protect them, they check out the schools, help coach the Afghans into governing, and also make sure your tax dollars are being well spent. We also had a Polish counterpart to that. In the next video, you're going to see a civil affairs mission to a school in Ghazni, Afghanistan. What this consists of is, one, talking with a translator, which I've also used filters in this video to kind of block out our translators' identities. They are total badasses. They are awesome. Our translators were wonderful, but I can't include them in this video due to security reasons, so I have blocked them out a little bit. If you'll notice, speaking with a translator, there's a Polish PRT in the video. They'll be speaking with a translator about computers. Then there'll be a section with a civil affairs sergeant talking with the principal of the school through a translator. You can see the difficulties that go on with just communicating. Civil affairs guys are awesome. Our job was to protect them while they went out and did theirs. Now, in saying that, all of the soldiers that I deployed with could do my job very easily. I could not do theirs. I could not do the civil affairs job. I'm not smart enough. But I can protect them while they do theirs. And they could do my job if something happened to me. So these are a great bunch of guys and girls. They are just awesome. They help rebuild. They were the heart and soul of any PRT. This is what made us tick. Civil affairs. I hope you enjoy.
How does he connect to actually cable like this? It's not
Actually, they said we don't have a fuel now. That's why we cook it. But when we get the fuel, then we'll cut it in the wire. Cut it.
Can we go to the computer?
Oh, yes.
No. The cable.
Yes.
This is connection to power.
We haven't started the
Okay, my question is, I don't care about this. My question is, what is the connection from the cable outside? How do you actually switch
I'm okay.
on?
Bana beni şu anda bir kere falan çıkar. Abi temizlik bak ne kadar bak ne kadar bana şu anda bir Kazinden canım onu. Bakacağız. How many teachers are there? Also seven. Where do most of the kids come from? Are they from in Ghazni City or?
More of them from PRT. A different district.
But mostly from Pakistan.
Yeah.
Other than teachers, how many staff do they have here?
Staff.
Yeah, workers.
Oh, every command, check my معلم کارگر رو
شاید که 27 نفر 26 نفر متصل مدیر و اداری و مدیری دیگه خدمه
almost 27.
Almost 27 for administrative jobs. How about you? Where are you from? And what city? This is Providence? Oh, okay. Y'all went to school today? No school? Oh, okay. What do y'all do every day? Oh, okay. You speak good English?
Not very well.
Not very well? Oh, it sounds good.
You're good.
Your friends speak English too? Oh, okay. How old are you? How old are you? Age?
Yeah.
12? Oh, okay.